Welcome. It's episode number 33 of this Minnesota Twins MLB The Show 20 Custom Franchise Series. And today, I'm going to be playing Game 4 of the ALCS here in this series. I'm going to be playing Game 4 of the 2021 ALCS here in this Minnesota Twins MLB The Show 20 Custom Franchise Series. As we have a chance to go to the World Series for the third straight year. So we're trying to three-peat. Obviously, we won the World Series in 2019 and 2020. Now it's 2021. Can we three-peat? Well, we are one win away from going back to the World Series for the third straight year, and I guess we are technically 5 wins away from three-peating. But first, we gotta beat the A's here in the ALCS. But we won Game 1, 2, and 3. Game 1, we won 6, 5, and 11 innings. That was the last episode of the series. And then Game 2 and 3 were both off camera, but Game 2 we won 3-2. I'm going to show you the box score here. We won 3-2 in 9 innings. We scored, we were down 2-0, but came back to win 3-2. And then the series shifted to Oakland for Game 3, where we won 13-8. And I don't think you can be able to, it says it up there, box score, you might be able to see it. I think you'll be able to see it. Hopefully the land's not too bad in here, but if you can see it, the numbers in that white area in the middle, the game went 16 innings. I did not play the entirety of the game. Games 2 and 3 I quick managed, and in this game I think I hopped in and I think it was at the 8th inning, but then I went back to quick managing, and then eventually, we blew it open in the 16th inning, as it was 6-6 going. No, it was 7-7 going into extra innings, and then both teams scored 1 run in the 15th. Both teams scored 1 run in the 15th, so then it was 8-8 going to the 16th, but then we scored 5 runs in the 16th, and the A's didn't score anything in their half of the 16th, so we won the game 13-8 in 16 innings. Yeah, and we had 24 hits, they had 21, but obviously we won the game 13-8 in 16 innings. And obviously there's no day off between games 3 and 4, so and I think we used almost like every pitcher in our pitching staff in Game 3. If you go to the bottom here, I think we literally almost, no, that's the A's. I think almost used all our pitchers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pitchers I believe we used. That's including the starter, but 7 bullpen arms. I think we only have like 9 bullpen. I think you only have 8. But either way, we used 7 relievers. And we have a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, we have a total of 8 relievers. 7 of them pitched in Game 3. I think the only one that didn't was, I don't know who. It might have been Fry here, but either way, 7 out of the 8 relief pitchers pitched in Game 3. So it'd be nice if our starter, which is Jake Odorizzi right now for Game 4, would go at least like 7 innings. Because But obviously, but the A's are suffering from the same thing as well. Because if you looked at I'm on the wrong thing. If you looked at the spots, if you looked down on the A's pitchers, they had the same problem. I mean, they had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pitchers as well, and including the starters. So that means 7 out of their 8 relief pitchers also pitched. So it's both sides, both teams' bullpens will be a little beat up for Game 4. But luckily for us, we won Game 3, and we're up 3-0 in the series. And we only need to win 1 out of the next 4 games to go to the World Series for the third straight year. And then over in the NLCS, it's the Cubs and the Nationals. That series is tied at 2 apiece. So I remember this year, the Twins, if you go all the way back to the beginning of the year, we started 1-4. 1-4. I mean, we did not start good at all. And at the All-Star break, or around the All-Star break, we were like 12 games behind the Indians in the AL Central. But then we stayed at it, and the Twins, well, in the second half of the year, started winning a lot of games. And then obviously here, we had a 4-game series against Cleveland, took 3 out of 4. We just started to win games in the second half, and we overcame that. It was like a 12-game deficit at the All-Star break. We overcame that 12-game deficit to Cleveland in the AL Central and ended up winning the division. And up going 105 and 57, and I believe we had the best record in the whole MLB, I believe. Yeah, we had the best record in the whole league. So, yeah, perseverance. That's what, well, the Twins had to go through, or adversity, really. They had to go through. The Twins did, and they did. They powered through it and won the division. Got the best record in the MLB, and are one win away from going to a third straight World Series. Let's get into the game right now. But first, Game 5 of the NLCS, same day as Game 4. Game 5 of the NLCS is the same day as Game 4 of the ALCS. Game's at 10:05 Eastern because it's in Oakland, which is on the West Coast. So yeah, let's get into it. Yeah, play full game. Per usual, Twins are the red controller, A's are the blue controller. A's went 162 in the regular season. Let's go with road uniforms, and then I don't know what. Road uniforms for us, alternate one uniforms for the A's. The MLB played in Oakland, obviously. Remember, there's a lot of foul territories you can see over there and over there here in Oakland. Remember that. It was 47,170. The Coliseum does, and it opened back in 1966. One of the oldest parts in the majors. Not the oldest, obviously, because the oldest is Fenway, and then there's Wrigley. There's Fenway Park, Wrigley Field, Angel Stadium in Anaheim, and then obviously there's also Oakland, the Coliseum rather, in Oakland. Todd Cover Clear Skies, Quick Counts On, the show theme and broadcast. So yeah, I'm not gonna pitch. Yeah, I'm just gonna pitch Odorizzi and Frankie Montas. Righty versus righty, 85 versus 79. Odorizzi to 85, and Montas to the 79. Odorizzi, he has no record and a 9 ERA. He got roughed up, I believe it was in Game 2 of the ALDS against Cleveland, but we ended up winning the game, so he'd have the no decision. Yeah, lineup I'll leave the same, and for both teams. So yeah, let's get into Game 4 of the ALCS. Right now, Twins 1 win away from sweeping the A's and going to the third straight World Series. And if you do see two like Babe Ruth Jr.'s and two Mr. Casey's, that's how it works. I've explained it several times. I'm not going to explain it right now, but that's what you are seeing that right. There are two Babe Ruth Jr.'s and two Mr. Casey's. We are here at the Oakland Coliseum in Oakland, California, for Game 4 of the ALCS. And the 2021 ALCS features the Minnesota Twins and the Oakland A's. As you can see, that's an aerial shot of the Coliseum here in Oakland. It's Game 4 of the 2021 ALCS between the Twins and the A's. Twins are up 3-0, and they are 1 win away from the World Series. As you can see, this is the series recap. Twins won Game 1 6-5, and then the Twins won Game 2 3-2, and then they won Game 3 13-8. And the Game 3 victory where the Twins won 13-8 was in 16 innings, and that was last night in this game. So both of these bullpens are beat up. It should be a good one, though. Lineups and first pitch coming up next. Here we go. Let's get into it. Frankie Montas gets to start for Game 4 for Oakland, but in the cheapest team's season alive. One start here in the postseason, got the win. 1.23 ERA, pitched 7 1/3 innings, 9 hits, 1.36 WHIP, 1 walk, and 6 strikeouts. That one start was in the ALDS. It wasn't in the ALCS. And here's Luke to lead it off here in Game 4. Ron controller, sorry. As we're on your way here in Game 4 of the ALCS. 1-1. Line drive over the jump in Olsen. Good start from Minnesota, and Luke is gonna stop at first. Surprised he didn't go to second with his 90 speed, but it's a leadoff single for Luke to lead off Game 4 for Minnesota. And remember, he has a lot of speed. Here's Matthew, who's been 233 here in the playoffs. 1-2. Lute's going. What a jump by Lute. But that ball is going to be caught by the A's Babe Ruth Jr. with Lute in motion. And that backfired for the Twins. And in the starting lineup for the Minnesota Twins. With 1 out, 1 on, 1 out here in the first. Lute, Matthew, Jack Thornton, Star Forcer, Babe Ruth Jr., the DH, Mr. Casey, Vinny J, Audie Pullman, and Snake Biter. Twins 1 win away from the 3rd straight World Series berth. 1-1 to Jack Thornton. Foul ball 1-2. 1-2. Ground ball fair. What a stop by Olsen. Got him at second, but no chance at first. Jack Thornton has 91 speed. Fielder's choice. 1 on, 2 out for Star Forcer. And 379 here in the playoffs. 1-1. Ground ball past Chapman and past the shortstop. 2 on, 2 out for Minnesota in the first inning. Now it's Babe Ruth Jr., the DH, for Minnesota. And 3:48 here in the playoffs. Ground ball, and it's botched by Chapman, and everybody's safe. And the bases are loaded. And now say it's a base hit. Here's Mr. Casey with the bases loaded, as the Twins have a golden opportunity to strike first here in the first inning of Game 4. 2-1. And 3-1. Vinny J on deck, and nowhere to put Mr. Casey. My goodness, 3-1 hitters count for the Twins catcher. Line drive, but caught by the shortstop as he scalded it, but right at the A's shortstop. And the Twins strand the bases loaded. A's coming to bat, no score in Game 4. And Jake Odorizzi gets a Game 4 start here in Minnesota. 1 start here in the postseason, got rocked. 4 innings pitched, 8 hits, a 2.50 whip, a 9 ERA, 2 walks and 3 strikeouts, but his team won the game. It was, I believe, Game 2 of the ALDS against Cleveland, and they came back to win the game. I think it was like 10-8. So, Odorizzi, well, didn't get the win, but he didn't get the loss. Here's Howie Kennedy. Line drive, but just foul. 1-2, still. 1-2. The last flip ended right when I threw the pitch. Is a ground ball by Kennedy to Audie Pullman. Throw to first. 1 down. Here's the starting lineup for the Oakland A's, looking to stay alive here in Game 4. Howie Kennedy, Michael Brantley, Mr. Casey, Matt Olson, Babe Ruth Jr., Matt Chapman, Stephen Piscotty, the DH, Marcus Semien, and Franklin Barreto. Here's Michael Brantley. The A's are looking to force a Game 5. Hit hard, perfect punch through the left side of the infield. Base hit for Brantley. 1 on, 1 out for Oakland. Here we go. Here's the A's, Mr. Casey, batting 171. Ground ball, this should be 2. Audie Pullman would hit the out at second. Throw to first by Luke, got him. 5-4-3 double play, and the inning's over. And the 1, no score here in Oakland. Top 2. Here's Vinny J. Full count. Now, could have been ball 4. Well, it was at the bottom of the zone, so too close to take. Depends what the umpire's strike zone is. Depends what umpire it is at 2. 3-2 again. Line drive, base hit, and they're scalding Montas. 4 hits already in the first inning and change. 1 on, nobody out. And now it's Audie Pullman. Been 3-13 here in the playoffs. 1-1. Ground ball just foul on the line. If it was fair, it would have been right to Olsen, though. 1-2. Line drive, will it get down? It will. And stopping at second is Vinny J. 2 on, nobody out for the Twins in the second inning. For Snake Biter. Top of the order, follow. Holy cow, and they're scalding Montas. And squaring is the number 9 batter as he gets it down. Tough play for Chapman, he got him. But the runner did over to second and third for the top of the order. restores this decision to sacrifice 5-3. Now Lutz up with runners at second and third and 1 out. Infield's back. They would trade it out for a run here. 1-1. Ground ball right to Barreto. Throw to first is in time. Vinny touches the plate or crosses the plate. And the Twins strike first in game 4. RBI ground out for Luke with Vinny J. Storm from third. Now Matthew with runner at third and 2 outs. As both runners did move up. Ground ball, Barreto again. It's 2 outs now, obviously. Throw to first is in time and an over. But the Twins did a run on an RBI ground up by Luke. Middle of 2, it's now 1-0 Minnesota. Here we go, bottom 2. Here's Matt Olson. That throw sits here in the playoffs against Odorizzi. Ground ball, no one was. Shift was on, and now a roll for Miles. All the way to the wall with a 330 sign by the left field foul pole, and it's going to be a double for Olson. And that's a tying run at center base with nobody out. Now it's Babe Ruth Jr., the A's Babe Ruth Jr., who is their right fielder, actually. 1-1. Little jam shot foul. 1-2 to Babe Ruth Jr. Olson at second, foul ball. Fly ball left field, coming in as Star Forcer. Way too shallow to Tad. The third, 1 down. There's Matt Chapman, the all-star third baseman, batting .452 here in the playoffs. And a jam shot. Runner will stay put at second. Throw to first by Odorizzi's in time, 2 down. And the runner's still at second base. And here's the postseason bracket. As you can see, the Nationals won Game 5 of their series, and they're up 3-2 over the Cubs. Also, the other question is, will we see a ticket punch to the World Series? The first ticket punch to the World Series. 3-0 Twins over the A's, and then it's 3-2 Nationals over the Cubs. So, like I said, it's 3-0 Twins over the A's, and then it's 3-2 Nationals over the Cubs. And remember, in this game, the Nationals did not win the World Series in 2019. The Twins won it in 2019. And the Nationals are 1 win away from punching their ticket to the World Series for the first time in a long time. And while the Twins are obviously 1 win away from punching their and the Twins are 1 win away from punching their third straight World Series ticket. 2-1 to Piscotty. Hit hard, fair! And that'll tie the game as Olson will score. Piscotty will go to second, and he is in there with a game-tying RBI double. 1-1 here in Oakland as the A's respond. RBI double for Piscotty. 1-1. Here's Simeon with the go-ahead run at center base. Hit hard. Right to Luth, though, and the inning's over. But the A's did a run on an RBI double by Stephen Piscotty. 1-1 after 2 innings of play here in Oakland. Here we go, third inning, 1-1 as both teams scored a 1 run in the second. Now we're in the third. Here's Jack Thornton. Foul ball. 1-1 game now as both teams traded runs in the second inning. Line dry. That's between Olson and Barreto. Leadoff single for Jack Thornton. Sixth hit of the game for the Twins. Here's Star Forcer. And the runner is going. And that is a ball. Throw to second is late. As that it was a ball, and it's a 2-1 count. But Jack Thornton stole center base. Now Star Forcer's a chance to give the Twins a lead back. 2-1. Little jam shot left side. Runner will stay put. 5-3 ground out, 1 down. But the runner did not get over to third. The ground ball being on the left side. Here's Babe Ruth Jr. 1-1. Hit hard, base hit. And they're going to send the runner, Brantley, with the throw to the plate, and he is safe. And the batter, Babe Ruth Jr. gets back to first base. RBI signal for Babe Ruth Jr., and the Twins are back out in front. It was a good throw by Brantley, but with Jack Thornton's 91 speed, the throw is late. And it's 2-1 Twins in the third, as we could be in for a slugfest here tonight in Oakland. 2-2 to Mr. Casey. Ground ball is to be 2. Chapman, Barreto, Olson, Not a double play as Mr. Tasty beat out the relay. 1-on-2 out after the fielder's choice. Here's Vinny J. He's a 1-for-1. 50th pitch down from Montas, and that's ball 4. As this is the second at bat already for the number 8 batter in the 3rd inning. He already has thrown 50 pitches. Montas has 2-on-2 out now for Andy Pullman. Fly ball down the line. Will it be caught? It won't. And it's past the diamond. Right fielder. One run will score. And now throw to second, and he is out. But the Twins do get a run before the runner, or the Twins do score before the batter was tagged out at second base. The Twins do get 2 runs. Middle of 3. It's now 3-1 Minnesota. As it is an RBI single technically for Andy Pullman. And it's now 3-1 Twins, bottom 3. Here's Barreto. Ground ball up the middle. Diving is Luke out of his reach. Leadoff single for Oakland, down 2 here in the 3rd. Here's Howie Kennedy, 0-for-1 in the game. Ground ball is to be 2. Andy Pullman, Luke, Vinny J, double play. 2 double plays already in the first 3 innings for Oakland. It's a 5-4-3 double play, 2 down. Now it's Brantley Sindel in the first. 7-for-18 with a home run and an RBI in the series. 1-1. Little jam shot. Andy Pullman zips it over to Vinny J, and the inning's over. And the 3-1 Minnesota here in Game 4. We're back here in Oakland. Let's go down to the field to check in with Tony Watney. Our manager, I believe, is I don't know who our lineup is. There's Jake Odorizzi in the hoodie right there. And that's our Forcer in the on dead circle. I believe I'm not sure which one's our manager there. If it's the one on the left or the right. And you ready for that report? Top 4, 3-1 hitters count the Snake Biter, who had a sacked bunt in his last at bat. Top 3 order to follow here. That's a fly ball on the line. Infoul ground by the bullpen, and Babe Ruth Jr.'s got it up against the sidewall in foul territory. 1 down. There's Luke, 1-for-2 with a single and an RBI ground out, or an RBI ground out and then a single. 1-1. Ground ball past Olsen. Luke has 2 singles and an RBI ground out. 1-on-1 out for Minnesota. Twins are really slapping Montas around their silent warm-up. Joaquin Soria in the Oakland bullpen down the left field line. 2-1. Hit hard, and they're treating Montas as like a punching bag. 2-on-1 out now for the Twins in the 4th, already up by a pair. I mean, that's already 10 hits for Minnesota in 3 innings. 3-1 hitters count on Jack Thornton. Ground ball is to be 2. 3-6-3 double play, and the inning's over as Montas is out of trouble. Middle of 4, 3-1 Twins. Really does Mr. Casey letting his team back in the game. Down 3-1 in the game and down 3-0 in the series. Popped up foul. Ground ball, fielded by Jack Thornton. Throw to first, got Mr. Casey by a step or 2, 1 down. Here's Matt Olson, who doubled and scored in his last at bat. That was back in the 2nd inning. 1-1. No, he does it again. Olson does down the line where no one was because the shift was on. But this one's not as far as the last one, so this is only a single, but they'll take it. 1-on-1 out. Time runs coming to the plate, and it's Babe Ruth Jr. 0-for-1 with a fly out. Ground ball foul. 2-2. Ground ball, and it's off the diamond! Jack Thornton, and everybody's safe. As he knocked it down, but he did it cleanly. 2-on-1 out now for Chapman. Ground ball, this should be 2. Actually, it will not be 2, as it will be a 4-3 ground up, but the runners move up to second and third, and now a hit to the outfield could tie the game. But it was a good decision by Lute, because his momentum was bringing him towards home plate. If you try to throw it, turn around and throw it, you might throw it away or throw it too late, and everybody would be safe. So he got the sure out, but now it's Biscotti with a chance to tie the game with a hit. Hit to the outfield, that is. Ground ball, Lute, and the A's strand a couple of runners in scoring position. And the 4, it's still 3-1 Twins. And the 4, 3-1 Twins in game 4. Top 5, Twins still up by 2. Montas is still in the game. Here's Star Forcer 1 for 2. Meat of the order due up for Minnesota. Popped up. Can Brantley get there by the bullpen? Brantley with a long run. He can get there. On the run by the bullpen. By the A's bullpen. 1 down. Whoa, he almost got hit in the face by the warm-up ball that Soria is warming up with. He's still warming up in the A's bullpen. 70th pitch coming from Montas to 4 1/3. Ground ball, Chapman right at him. And quickly 2 down. And quickly 2 down here in the 5th. Now Mr. Tacey 0 for 2 with a line out and a fielder's choice. Vinny J on deck if Mr. Tacey gets on. Line drive right to Chapman in and over. Halfway home here in game 4. Twins 3, A's 1. We're back here in Oakland. Let's go on the field again. Let's go out on the field again and check in with Andy Watney. The manager, I forgot, their manager, the A's manager, is Dave Roberts. You can see that's him right there. Thank you for that report. A's, yeah, they have 6 hits. They only have 1 run. They're down by 2. 5th inning, and they lose this game. Their season's over. Ground ball, fielded by Odorizzi, 1 down. Now it's Barreto. Top of the order to follow. 5th inning, 3-1, Twins. Ground ball, charging is Lute. He's got to hurry. And throw to first, got Barreto, 2 down. Now it's Howie Kennedy, 0 for 2 with 2 ground outs. I believe one was a double play. Full count to Kennedy. That could have been ball 4, but too close to take. Full count again to Kennedy here in the 5th. Another foul ball. That could have been. That was farther away than the first 3-2 pitch. That was a curveball too. Fans on their feet here in Oakland. Full count, 2 outs. Ground ball. Shortstop Jack Thornton. Throw to first. It's kind of low, but picked by Vinny J. We headed the 6th. Twins. And we headed the 6th. The Twins are still up by 2. 6th inning. Twins still up by 2, and they're gonna bring in Joaquin Soria to start the 6th inning. 5 appearances here in the playoffs. 5 1/3 inning. 6.75 ERA. 6 strikeouts, 3 walks. But right now, Montas is in line for the loss. Here's Vinny J. Ground ball past Olsen, base hit. The 11th hit of the game for Minnesota. 1 on, nobody out for Minnesota in the 6th, letting them extend their lead. Not much in either bullpen. Here's Audie Pullman, 2 for 2 with 2 singles and an RBI. 3-1. Ground ball, this to be 2. Olsen. Simeon back to Olsen. A 3-6-3 double play, 2 down. Something that Soria needed and the A's needed to keep their deficit right where it is. And now it's Nate Biter. 1-1. Ground ball, Olsen. 1 hit for the Twins, but it was a race on double play. Middle of 6th. 3-1 Twins still. In the bottom 6, A's still have 12 runs to work with. Down 2. Here's Brantley. Still against Odorizzi. Fly ball, line drive rather, right to Snake Biter. He didn't have to move. He moved maybe like a foot at the end. 1 down. Now Mr. Casey. 0 for 2 in the game. 3 for 15 with 2 RBIs in the series. 1-2. 60th pitch coming from Odorizzi through 5 1/3. Fly ball. Left field, Star Forcer runs in, plants his feet, or rather stops, sets his feet, and makes a catch, 2 down. As the A's offense is kind of sputtering out here. Here's Olsen, 2 for 2 with a double single, and I scored the only run for Oakland. Remember, the shift is on. Both hits were against the shift. And this one, against the shift, but right to Artie Pullman. Low throw, but picked by Vinny J. 1-2-3 to the A's. They're running out of time. We head to the 7th. 3-1 Twins. 7th inning now, officially in the bat third of the game. Here's Lute against Soria again. Lute 2 for 3. Line drive, and it's going to be over Olsen. And 3 hits for Lute. 3 singles and an RBI ground out. 1 on, nobody out. Now it's Matthew 1 for 3 with the single. Now Lute stealing, and that is a strike through to second. Is not in time. Or rather, that pitcher actually was a ball. Second stolen base for the Twins. Now it's a 2-1 count with the runner at second and nobody out for Matthew. Ground ball fair. Runner will advance to third. Runner at third and 1 out. So a single, a stolen base, then a ground out. Runner at third and 1 out. And the infield's probably going to be in for Oakland, which is not. But I'm going to switch that. Infield will be in. Runner at third and 1 out. They're already down 2. Their season depends on this because they don't want to be down by more than 2. 1-1. Ground ball right, or it's bobbled by Barreto, but he recovers. Runner stays put at third. 2 down. As that was smoked. But with the infield in, the runner is not scored. And here's Star Forcer. And they're starting to warm up Justin Wilson in the A's bullpen. And Soria did out of this without giving up a run. 1-1. Ground ball up the middle. Diamonds! Simeon, you cannot get it. RBI signal over Minnesota. And the Twins are up by 3. As Star Forcer comes through. And the Twins are up by 3. And they're going to bring in Wilson. Runner at first base is responsible as Soria. The Twins are now up by 3. And 9 outs away from the World Series. Hit hard past Chapman. 2 on, 2 out for Minnesota, looking to extend their lead even more here in Game 4. Now it's Mr. Casey, who is 0 for 3. 2 on, 2 out. Snapped his bat. Can the other Mr. Casey get there? He can. As the Twins Mr. Casey snapped his bat on that inside cutter, and then the A's Mr. Casey made the catch just in front of the plate. 7th inning stretch time here at the ballpark. It's now 4-1 Twins. Here we go. Bottom 7. A's 9 miles to work with. Now down by 3. They added some base runners and some runs quick. Hit hard. That was the A's Mr. Casey, I believe. Throw to first. 1 down. It's not what the Twins wanted. That actually was the A's Babe Ruth Jr. Excuse me. 1 down. Now Matt Chapman. The bottom of the order. They'll have to meet top of the order up at least one more time. But they haven't had a base runner in a while. Ground ball flagged down by Jack Thornton. What a play! 2 down. And they get Chapman. And that's like, at least like sits up, sits down for Odorizzi. No action in either bullpen right now. Here's Piscotti, 1 for 2. Hit hard, base hit. First base runner for the A's in like 2 innings or 3 innings. Runner at first and 2 outs now for the A's. Here we go. Here's Simeon. Time runs on deck. And they're starting to warm up Torrey Knebel in the Twins bullpen. One of the 2 setup men for Minnesota. 1-1. Line drive. That will get down. And staying at second is the runner at first. 2 on, 2 out now. And the time run's coming to the plate. Back-to-back 2 out singles, and now it's Barreto representing the tying run here in this ball game. 2-2. Ground ball. Vinny J will take to himself, and Ye strand a pair of runners. And the 7, it's still 4-1 Twins. Top 8, Twins still up by 3. Wilson's still in the game. Here's Vinny J, 2 for 2. Ground ball kind of jammed him off the handle of the bat. Quickly 1 down. Now it's Artie Pullman, but the Twins are 6 outs away from the World Series. 4-1 Twins ground ball, base hit, Andy Pullman. 1-on-1 out now for Snake Biters. It's a 15th hit of the game for the Twins. Here's Snake Biter 0 for 2 with a sack bunt. He's 1 for 8 with a double in the series. Fly ball. That one's hit well. Is it fair? And it's foul by maybe a foot. That would have been at least a double if it was fair, but it was foul by maybe a foot or two. Ground ball, and that's in a dip by Barreto. 2-on-1 out now for the Twins in the 8th. That's a 16th hit now for Minnesota. And they're selling up Liam Hendricks now in the A's bullpen. And now it's Lute 3 for 4. Fly ball on the line. And get in there is Babe Ruth Jr. Runner will stay put at second. 2 down for Jack Thornton. Or 2 on 2 out for Matthew, excuse me. And here comes Liam Hendricks. Runners on base are responsible of Wilson. Matthew 1 for 4. 2-2 pitch. Ground ball fair over the base. In and over. Middle of 8. It's still 4-1 Minnesota. How's Howie Kennedy? Top of the order due up for Oakland. 6 more outs to work with. Down 3, and that's the wrong controller, excuse me. And the Twins are Brandon Knable, and they're also going to start warming up their closer, Mom. And they're going to bring in Corey Knable. And the Twins manager will come out of the first base dugout and call for the righty. Odorizzi's given up 1 earned run through 7 innings of work, and he's in line for the win here in Game 4. Here's Knable. 1 appearance here in the postseason. Pitched 2 2/3 innings with no walks, 1 strikeout, and no ERA. Here we go. Fly or line drive foul. But the A's need 6 more outs to work with. Down 3 when the season's over. Here we go. Line drive, but Starforcer is right there. 1 down. Right now, Odorizzi's in line for the win, and Montas is in line for the loss. Here's Brantley. Ground ball fair between Andy Pullman and third base. Leadoff single for, or 1 out single for Oakland, and the time runs out on deck again. Here we go. Here's Mr. Casey. 0 for 3 in the game. And that is low, blocked by the other Mr. Casey. And 2-1 now, as that was a low knuckle curve. Ground ball foul, 2-2 now. 2-2. Ground ball, this should be 2. What a play by Jack Thornton! And return throw by Luke is not in time. Runner at first 2 outs after the fielder's choice. What a play, though. And now it's Matt Olson. 2 for 3, the double, single, and a run scored. 1-1. Ground ball. Andy Pullman will go to second for the force, and it pulled him off the base. Everybody's safe. You didn't miss anything. At the end of the last clip, you saw there was a ground ball to Andy Pullman. I threw it to second for the force, but you threw it wildly, so everybody's safe. I'm going to show you the replay here. It wasn't an error. They said it because no one advanced after. No base runners advanced past. Each runner only got 1 base, so it's not he threw it in the right field. It's not like Andy Pullman threw it at the right field and both runners moved up 90 feet. It's a ground ball, as you can see, and he just threw it wildly. But Lute was able to stop it from going in the right field, and then he tried to get back to the base, Lute did, but could not. To get Mr. Casey, I believe, right? Yeah. So, Matt Olson at first, Mr. Casey's at second. Babe Ruth Jr. is at the plate with a chance to tie the game. But first, I'm going to have the pitching coach come out there from Minnesota. He comes out there. The pitching coach from Minnesota does come out there along with the Twins, Mr. Casey, and then the middle infielders, Jack Thornton and Lute. Here we go. 1-on pitch to Babe Ruth Jr. 2 on, 2 out. Time runs at the plate. And that is a strike as he dropped in the knuckle curve at 81 miles per hour. 1-2. Sorry about that. My dogs are in here and one just hit the tray table. 1-2. Ground ball. And going to first is Jack Thornton. What a play. Off balance. And he got the A's, Babe Ruth Jr. And the missed throw by Andy Pullman does not come back to haunt the Twins. End of 8. It's still 4-1 Twins. Got a 9th inning, game 4. And now Leon Hendricks, his energy is already in the yellow because remember all these pitchers except for one, out of the 8 bullpen arms for both teams, 7 of them pitched in game 3. And there's another warm up, or now Brennan Ryan Butcher from the A's bullpen. Butner. Twins closer, which is Mom. I'm gonna schedule her to be put in the game. And Mom does have a knuckleball. Here we go. Here's Jack Thornton, 1 for 4. Fly ball, right field. Coming in is the A's Babe Ruth Jr. 1 down. Right now it is a safe situation, but I think Mom's not even coming in either way. Here we go. Here's Star Forcer. As the A's pitcher's trying to keep it right where it is at 4-1. Ground ball. Is it fair? It is fair, but he could beat it out, and he does beat it out. As Star Forcer with a little swing and bunt beats out the relay, or beats out the throw. 1-on-1 out now for Babe Ruth Jr., the Twins Babe Ruth Jr. Ground ball off the base! And stop, no, go in the third! No, stopping at second, rather, is the runner at first. As that ground ball hit the base square. 2-on-1 out now for Minnesota, for Mr. Casey. 0 for 4. Swing and a miss as that slider hung, but he missed it. He was behind it. 1-2. Ground ball had to be 2, and this is going to be a 5-4-3 double play. And a good pick by Olsen on the low throw by Barreto. Last chance for the A's in this game and in their season. Middle of 9, it's now 4, or middle of 9, it's 4-1 Twins. Last chance for the A's here in this game and in their season. And yes, I do want to have Mom. I do still want to change pitchers. As Mom will come in to try to get the save. 5 appearances here in the playoffs. 3 for 3 on saves. 7 innings pitched. And she hasn't given up an earned run. 4-seam fastball, a changeup, a curveball, a knuckleball, and a 2-seam fastball from Mom. Here we go. 3 to tie, 4 to win for the A's. As they need 3 to tie, 4 to win here in the 9th. It's Chapman, Pastani, and Simeon. 6-7-8 for Oakland. 1-1. Little tapper, right side. Mom is there. Will throw it to her son, Vinny J. 1 down here in the 9th. And the Twins are 2 outs away from their 3rd straight World Series. And now it's Pastani, then it's Simeon, then Barreto if we did that far, and then if we did even farther, it's the top of the order. 1-2, fly ball, and now I'll find the seats. Here we go. 1-2. That's a knuckleball. Line drive, right field. Matthews there, 2 down. And the Twins are an out away from their 3rd straight World Series. And it's up to Marcus Simeon. Last chance for Oakland in this game and in the 2021 season. 1-1 to Simeon. Foul ball, and now the Twins are 1 straight away from the World Series. It's been an up and down year for the Twins. At one point they were down 12 games, or they were down 12 games to Cleveland in the AL Central. That was, I believe, around the All-Star break. They were like at least 10 games back. The Twins got hot in the second half. Won to the AL Central and had the best record in the MLB at 105-57, and they're 1 straight away from their 3rd straight World Series. 1-2. Ground ball, that's a base hit. Simeon keeps the game and season alive for Oakland. And now it's Barreto, and if he can get on, if Barreto gets on, Kennedy, if Barreto gets on, Kennedy will come up representing the tying run here. 1-1 now. The Barreto, 1 for 3. Last chance again for Oakland. Ground ball, this should do it. Vinny J will step on first base. And the Twins have won the pennant for the 3rd straight year. As the Twins dogpile in front of the pitching mound here in Oakland. And the Twins are World Series bound for the 3rd straight year. As Mom gets the save. As she's now 4 for 4 on saves here in the playoffs and 6 appearances. She has 6 appearances in the playoffs. Mom does. She's 4 for 4 on saves, and the Twins celebrate. Then celebrate winning the AL pennant here in Oakland. Congratulations to the American League champion Minnesota Twins, as the Twins have won the American League pennant for the 3rd straight year, and they're going to the 3rd straight World Series. As Luke is the player of the game, he went, I believe, like 4 for 5 in the game, or 3 for 5. as he's the top player of the game here in Game 4. He gets interviewed by that reporter right there on the left with the tie. He went at least 3 for 5, if not 4 for 5, with a RBI and a stolen base. As Lute is the top player of the game here in Game 4 of the ALCS. Twins win Game 4 4-1, and they sweep the A's here in the ALCS, and they are on their way, the Twins are, to their 3rd straight World Series. Yeah, he went 3 for 5 with, I believe, 3 singles, 1 run scored, 1 RBI, 1 stolen base, and an OPS of 1200. And the Twins will be playing the Cubs or the Nationals. And the Twins will be playing the Cubs or the Nationals in the 2021 World Series. Heck of a year for the Twins, and they are going to their 3rd straight World Series, and they are 4 wins away from three-peating. For Vinny J, the play-by-play announcer for this game, this has been the American League Championship Series. See you in the World Series. What a game. As J. Rizzi gets the win, Frankie Montas gets the loss, and Mom gets the save. As Lute, and like I said, Lute is the top player of the game. Went 3 for 5 with 3 singles, an RBI, which is on an RBI ground out. He got that RBI on, and then scored a run. Favorite Jr. 4 for 5 with 4 singles and an RBI. Star Forcer 3 for 5 with 3 singles and an RBI. Audie Pullman 3 for 4 with 3 singles and an RBI. Did we even have an extra base hit? Yeah, we literally did not have an extra base hit. So we had 18 singles in this game. 18 singles. Babe Jr. had an RBI. Star Forcer had an RBI. Audie Pullman had an RBI. And Lute had the other RBI. And after Snake Biter had a sacrifice bunt. And Audie Pullman, Mr. Casey, and Jack Thornton grounded into double plays. Yeah, we had no extra base hits. So we had 18 hits in this game. For the Twins had 18 hits in this game. All singles. And then obviously Lute stole a base and Jack Thornton stole a base. And obviously Odorizzi went 7 innings, 8 hits, 1 run, 1 earned run, no walks, no strikeouts. Then Tenebo came in, pitched an inning, 1 run, no earned runs, or 1 hit, 1 hit, no runs, no earned runs, no walks, no strikeouts. And then Mom had the same line, Mom had the same line, 1 inning pitched, 1 hit, no runs, no earned runs, no walks, and no strikeouts. As Odorizzi does get the win, he's now 1-0 in the playoffs. Tenebo gets the hold, his first hold of the playoffs, and then Mom gets the save, her 4th save of the playoffs. And then on the other side, then they only had, they had 5 pitchers. Montas, not the loss, he finishes 1-1 in the playoffs, because obviously the A's are eliminated from the playoffs. Soria pitched in 2/3, Wilson pitched an inning, Hendricks pitched a 1/3 of an inning, and then Butcher pitched an inning. As Montas gave up 10 hits, Soria gave up 3 hits, Wilson gave up 3 hits, Hendricks gave up no hits, and then Butcher, or whatever his name is, gave up 2 hits. And Twins had a total of 18 hits, 4 runs, 4 earned runs, 1 walk, and no strikeouts. And obviously Montas gave up 3 runs, 3 earned runs, and then Soria gave up 1 run, 1 earned run. And then obviously Wilson, Hendricks, and Butcher gave up no runs, no earned runs. The Twins win the game 4-1 as the Twins scored 1 in the second. 1 in the second, 2 in the third, and 1 in the 7th. And then the A's scored their only run in game 4 in the second. So it was 1-0 Twins and 1-1, and then the Twins scored after it was 1-1, scored the last 3 runs of the game. And then after it was 1-1, the Twins scored the last 3 runs of the game to win the game 4-1. As the Twins win game 4 4-1, and the Twins win this best-of-7 ALCS 4 games to none, and the Twins will be playing the Chicago Cubs or the Washington Nationals in the 2021 World Series. As the World Series is a best-of-7 series as well. I would go out to the main menu and sim to see who we're playing in the World Series, but if I do that and don't play a game, then the sim won't count, and then I have to do the sim again before I play game 1 of the World Series. And say I sim it now, and the get to the World Series. But then but because I'm not going to play a Dame, I won't save the sim, and say I sim before I play Game 1 of the World Series, and the Cubs made it to the World Series. So that's why I'm not going to sim that's why I'm not going to sim to see who we're playing in the World Series. I will do that at the beginning of the next episode, or I will sim to see who we're playing in the World Series at the beginning of the next episode, I will sim to see who we're playing in the World Series at the start of the next episode, which will be Game 1 of the World Series, of course. As you'll find out in the next episode of the series who we're playing in the World Series. You'll find out who we're playing in the World Series in the next episode, and I will find out too. As the next episode of the series will be Game 1 of the World Series. It will be at home at the Herbert H. Humphrey Metrodome, because we were the best team in the whole MLB, record-wise, the Twins were, so it doesn't matter who we're playing. We will have home field advantage either way. So Game 1 of the World Series will be in the next episode, and it will be at home. And I'll be doing the closing in the next clip, because this clip's about to end, so I'll see you on the other side for the closing. See you then. So I'm going to be doing the closing right now, as this is a heck of a game. Twins won 4-1, and they're playing the Nationals or the Cubs in the 2021 World Series here in this series. And the reason why this series is still in MLB The Show 20 is because you cannot port any franchises or road to the shows from MLB The Show 20 to any later versions of the game. So that's why the series is going to be continuing in MLB The Show 20. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you enjoyed this video. You should have, because we're going to the World Series. I definitely enjoyed it. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video as well. And I'll see you in the next one. Okay, guys, time we're closing the board. Hit the subscribe button. Subscribe if you have the end. Tell your mom, dad, grandma, grandpa, aunts, uncles, pets, and friends about these videos. And you know what? I'm gonna see you in episode number 34 of this Minnesota Twins MLB The Show 20 Custom Franchise Series. See you in episode number 34. And eat a lot of bacon and goat, Twins, and see you in the World Series.